Hello and welcome to the Time Machine. I'm Erwin Terrell, and our program is going to be a little bit different this week and maybe for a few weeks to come. I don't know how many weeks actually. I'm certain that you noticed that my voice is different because I am not using the normal equipment that I use to do the program. I'm having to rely on my cell phone, and hopefully the sound quality is not too bad. I'll make every effort to make certain that the sound quality is reasonable. But I would like to welcome you to the Time Machine. Tonight we're going to, like I said, have it a little bit different. But it'll still be, hopefully anyway, an enjoyable event. Let me give you my contact information in case you would like to make any type of comments about tonight's show or any other show or any suggestions that you might have. My email address is delayplanet, DELAYPLANET @gmail.com. That's delayplanet, DELAYPLANET @gmail.com. If you would like to leave a message, you can dial the following phone number, 773-572-3171. That's 773-572-3171. So let's get started with our program for this evening. Our first program that we're going to listen to tonight is called Lux Radio Theater. Now, Lux Radio Theater began in 1934 in New York. And when the program initially started, what they did was they dramatized Broadway plays that were playing or that had played on Broadway, and sometimes they did off-Broadway plays as well. Within the first couple of years, however, they learned that they were running out of material to sustain the program. So a big change was made. In 1936, Lux Radio Theater moved from New York to Los Angeles, and they shifted from producing Broadway and off-Broadway plays to adapting famous movies for radio. And as I'm sure you know, if you are a fan of old-time radio, Lux Radio Theater became a premier program for the CBS network. We are now going to listen to an episode of Lux Radio Theater, but I would like to just say that Lux Radio Theater actually ran from October 16th, 1934 until June 7th, 1955. And so what we're going to do right now is listen to an episode of Lux Radio Theater, and the episode that we're going to listen to is called Sorry, Wrong Number, starring Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster. It aired on Monday, January 9th, 1950 at 9 p.m. on CBS.
Lux presents Hollywood. The Lux Radio Theater, starring Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster in Sorry, Wrong Number. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. William Keighley.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's play reverses the usual relation between radio and motion pictures. Sorry, Wrong Number was first a radio drama, and it achieved such success on the air that Hal Wallace decided to make a picture of it. He assigned the author, Lucille Fletcher, to expand her short drama into a full-length screenplay, and the result was a triumph of suspense drama. The rest of the success story you know, because the Paramount picture with Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster as the stars was one of the top films of the year. Tonight, Sorry Wrong Number completes the circle and comes back to radio with Miss Stanwyck and Mr. Lancaster in their original screen roles. The curtain rises now for the first act of Sorry Wrong Number, starring Barbara Stanwyck as Leona and Burt Lancaster as Henry. In the tangled network of a great city, the telephone is the unseen link between a million lives, servant of our common needs, confidant of our inmost secrets. Life and happiness wait upon its ring, and horror and loneliness, and sometimes even death.
Operator! Operator! Operator!
Your call, please.
Operator, I've been ringing Murray Hill 32491 for the last half hour, and the line is always busy. Will you ring it for me, please?
Murray Hill 32491. One moment, please.
It's my husband's office. He should have been home hours ago. I can't think why that ridiculous wire should be busy. They always close that office at 6 o'clock.
I am ringing your number.
Thank you. Oh, it's busy again. Operator, the line is busy. Now, will you please...
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Stevenson, please.
Hello?
I want to speak to Mr. Henry Stevenson.
Hello, George. Speaking.
Hello, what number is this?
Everything okay for tonight, George? Client says the coast is clear.
I beg your pardon, but I'm using this wire.
What about the time? Still 11:15? 11:15. You got it all straight now?
Hello?
Yeah, I think so. At 11 o'clock, the private patrolman goes around to the bar on 2nd Avenue for a beer. Then I get in through the kitchen window. I wait until the train goes over the bridge in case a window is open and she should scream.
Who is this? Hello?
The client says he doesn't want her to suffer long. You know me, George. And don't forget the jewelry. He wants it to look like a robbery, see? That's very important. Okay. Now let me check that.
Hello? Hello? Oh, that's awful. That's horrible.
Operator?
Operator, you just gave me a wrong number. I was calling Murray Hill 32491, but instead I was cut into some other number that you dialed. The wires must have been crossed or something, and I just heard the most dreadful thing, a murder.
Yes, madam.
I want you to get that wrong number back for me at once.
I'm sorry, madam. I do not understand.
I just told you. You dialed a number for me, and then those horrible men came on, and, well, it's unnerved me dreadfully. I'm an invalid,
I'll
and
connect you with the chief operator, madam.
Well, do something, please.
This is the chief operator. May I help you?
What? Oh, yes, you may. I'm an invalid, and I've just had a dreadful shock just now on this telephone, and I'm very anxious to trace the call. It was about a murder, a terrible, cold-blooded murder of a poor, innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
Yes, madam.
I was trying to reach my husband's office. He should have been home hours ago. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm all alone tonight. My nurse has the night off because my husband promised he'd be home by 6.
About the call, madam.
I don't know any of the neighbors, as we live permanently in Chicago, and it so happens that the couple I have working for me had some important date or other. I don't know, a movie, I suppose. They said it was promised them 3 weeks ago. You'd think they'd at least have checked with me before leaving. They know I'm not well.
About the phone call, madam.
I told you I kept getting a busy signal. Then I asked the operator to call for me. And then, out of a clear sky, I was cut into this ghastly conversation between two killers.
I suggest you call the police, madam.
Oh, for heaven's sake, all this idiotic red tape. You just sit there and let people die. Oh. Is anyone downstairs? Gertrude. Gertrude, are you down there? Oh.
Operator.
Give me the police.
I just told you, ma'am. First of all, there's a lot of people named George. As for the private patrolman on 2nd Avenue and the bridge, well, 2nd Avenue is a very long street.
I don't care
Do you
about...
happen to know how many bridges there are in Manhattan?
Oh, this is insane. I tell you, a woman is going to be murdered.
But a clue of this sort, why, it's not much more use to us than no clue at all. Unless you think there's something phony about all this.
Phony?
Or that somebody's trying to murder you.
Me? Oh, that would be ridiculous. I mean, Why should anybody? What have I...
You see, lady, you got nothing to worry
Now,
about.
just a minute. All right, don't listen to me. Who cares? Oh, Henry, why did you leave me alone? Why did you leave me alone here? Oh, his secretary. Henry's secretary, she'd know. Her number's on the pad. Jennings. Miss Jennings, Elizabeth Jennings.
Why, no, Mrs. Stevenson. I haven't any idea where Mr. Stevenson is.
He was supposed to be home hours ago.
Well, that's odd, isn't it? The last time I saw him was when he left this afternoon to keep an appointment.
What appointment? Where?
Well, I don't know, but I do know he had a luncheon date with a young lady.
What young lady? Tell me, Miss Jennings.
Mrs. Lord, Mrs. Frederick Lord. She seemed very anxious to see Mr. Stevenson.
Mrs. Lord?
I heard him make a date to meet her for lunch.
Why, Mrs. Lord phoned here this afternoon.
Oh?
Yes, the nurse answered. I have the memorandum right here. Mrs. Lord, 4:50 p.m.
I'm afraid that's all I know, Mrs. Stevenson. But I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Mr. Stevenson's so devoted. He speaks so beautifully of you. Well, if there's anything I can
No,
do...
no, thank you, Miss Jennings.
I do hope I haven't let a cat out of the bag.
Good night, Miss Jennings. Mrs. Lord, a young lady, she said. Lunch and gone all afternoon. Hello?
Mr. Stevenson, please.
He's not in. Who's calling?
It's Mr. Evans again. Do you know where I could reach him?
I'm sure I don't know where Mr. Stevenson is. Call back later.
Would 15 minutes be all right? I haven't much time.
Yes, 15 minutes.
And if he should come in, the name is Evans. It's very important.
Yes, I'll tell him. Mrs. Lord, telephone. 4:50 p.m. Murray Hill, 3, 9266.
Hello.
Is Mrs. Lord in?
This is Mrs. Lord. Who's calling, please?
Mrs. Henry Stevenson. It so happens my husband hasn't come home this evening. I thought perhaps you might give me some idea as
Yes,
to where...
yes, but I can't talk now.
I can't hear you.
Could I call you back?
Call me back? Why? Is anything wrong?
Leona, this is Sally. Sally Hunt.
Sally Hunt?
I'm sorry if I sound ridiculous, but I can't talk now.
No, wait. If you're the Sally Hunt I used to know...
I'll call you back as soon as I can, Leona.
Hey, Sally, who was it?
Just one of the girls, dear. She wanted a recipe.
Hey, Joe would like a bottle of beer. You got any on ice?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not. I'll run down to the store.
Thanks, honey. And hurry back. Joe is dying.
Sally Hunt. Oh, yes. Yes, that was long ago. College, spring dance. He was Sally's date. He was with her when I met him. Henry dancing with Sally.
Hello, Leona. This is Mr. Henry Stevens.
Hello, Henry. Well, can I cut in?
If you don't mind, miss, where I come from, it's the man who does the picking.
All right, go ahead.
Look, why don't you get somebody your own speed? I'm sure there are better dancers around.
Oh, you'll do all right, Henry. Leona knows her way around the floor.
Thank you, darling. Well, Henry, let's dance.
So your name's Cotterill, huh? No relation to, J.B. Cotterill.
Distant. He's my father.
Your father?
Anything wrong with that?
Oh, no, nothing wrong. What do they call you? The aspirinatorist?
You from out of town?
Well, that depends on what you call out of town.
Oh, I don't know. Harvard?
You trying to be funny?
Okay. What do you call out of town?
Grassville.
Oh, what college is up there?
No college, Miss Cotterill. Just factories. I never even finished high school.
Neither did my father. He always says if a man has talent for making money, why should he waste his time in school?
I guess your old man ought to know.
What do you say we sit the next dance out?
Why?
I've got a car, Mr. Stevenson, a brand new one, a Lagonda. Ever drive one?
I never even heard of one. Besides, I'm with Sally.
Oh, don't worry, she'll never miss you.
But maybe I'll miss her. Why didn't you think of that?
Oh, come on, don't be silly. For once, I'm not kidding.
Neither am I. So long, Miss Cotterill.
Well, Well, Henry, it took me a few days, but I finally got you in my car. How do you like it?
Fine. Only we don't go together.
It's a lot easier to see you here than, well, with Sally Hunt. I'd never put the two of you together in a million years.
Why not?
Oh, you're both so different. You belong in different worlds.
Yeah. What are you stopping for?
Why not? It's nice here.
Sure, it's nice here. Take a look. This is Grassville. Stick around a few years and then see how much you'll like it.
What do you do, Henry?
I work in a drugstore.
Well, that's a coincidence.
Sure. I work in a drugstore, and your father owns 100 of them.
Would you like to meet him?
Say, who are you kidding?
Nobody. Dad will like you. You're young, healthy, ambitious.
Why don't you stop? What does a girl like you want with a guy like me?
Dad's coming to New York next weekend. I'm cutting my classes on Saturday. Want to come with me?
I don't know. When you look at me like that, Come on, let's get out of here.
No, not yet, Henry. Not yet, darling.
Sure, I like him, honey, but he's nobody, Leona. And what has he got? Nothing.
And what did you have, Dad, when you started?
Besides, I thought you said he was sort of engaged to that girlfriend of yours, that Sally something.
Oh, that's all over with. Dad, I love him.
Love him? Oh, come on. If I really thought you did, you know I'd be the first one.
Oh, no. Don't start telling me that.
Leona, what's the matter?
You make me laugh. What does it really matter to you if I love Henry or not? All you want is for me to stay here with you for the rest of your life. You're afraid of losing me.
Haven't I always let you do anything you ever wanted to do? But marriage is something else. I've worked hard. I built up a big business just for you. And you yourself wouldn't want to see some worthless clock of a husband, a guy who
doesn't even... Let me alone.
Leona,
you don't
please.
care about me. You're thinking only of yourself and your business. You're hateful, selfish, and hateful.
Leona, stop it, dear. You'll make yourself sick
And what
again.
good is your wonderful money and your wonderful business if I'm dead? Yes, that's what you want to do, drive me into my grave. You don't care just as long as your business is safe.
How can you say things like
go
that?
away. Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me.
Darling, listen to me. I didn't mean to.
Oh.
Look, we'll talk it all over again as soon as...
Oh.
Leona. Wilson! Wilson, quick, call a doctor!
Sally Hunt. I took Henry away from her. She couldn't stand it. Even after all these years, she couldn't stand it. Going to him today, seeing him in his office. Hello?
Leona, this is Sally again. I'm sorry I had to be so mysterious before, but I just couldn't talk at home. My husband was there.
Well, this is all certainly rather odd, to say the least.
Oh, this whole thing must seem very peculiar to you, Leona.
Hearing from me after all these years. But I had to see Henry again today. I've been so worried about him.
Worried? About what?
Well, my husband, he's with the district attorney's office. And a couple of weeks ago...
Funny, Sally. Here in the newspaper about an old boyfriend of yours.
Old boyfriend?
Yeah. Remember Henry Stevenson?
Oh.
Pictures in the paper. Mr. and Mrs. Henry Stevenson, she's the former Leona Cotterill of Lake Forest, Illinois, have taken a house for the summer in Sutton Place. Mrs. Stevenson, in poor health for several years, is here to consult with specialists. Mr. Stevenson is vice president of the Cotterill Drug Corporation.
Are you tearing it out for me?
Oh, no. No, it may come in handy in a case I'm working on.
What sort of a case?
Oh, special investigation. Joe's on it, wouldn't he?
Henry hasn't done anything wrong, has he?
Sorry, honey. One too many questions. Hey, don't tell me you're still stuck on that guy.
Oh, don't be silly, darling.
Hello. Anything happened, Joe? And Stevenson fell for it, huh? Oh, sure, we'll go. Look, tell Bolger to line it up. No, 5,000's enough, and $100 bills, and make sure they're marked. And for Pete's sake, keep your mouth shut. Thursday, huh? Okay, 10 o'clock.
I'm sorry if this seems involved, Leona.
Involved? I simply don't know what you're trying to tell me.
Well, wait till I finish. I know I didn't have any right to do it. But that Thursday, I went to South Ferry. I don't know what I expected to see, but... Well, anyway, I spotted Fred and his friend Joe from the police. There was another man with them. I guess the one who was to bring the $5,000 in marked bills. Well, I followed them.
Followed them? Where?
Aboard the ferry and over to Staten Island. They went far out to a very desolated stretch of beach. Nothing but a few broken-down shacks and an old deserted house. I had to stay way behind them so they wouldn't see me. But then they went in the house. That gave me a chance to come closer. There was a freshly painted sign out front. 20 Dunstan Terrace, it said. And the name Evans. W. Evans.
Evans?
Do you know him?
I've never heard of him. Well, what happened?
Well, after a while, a motorboat came into shore and tied up at a pier in back of the house. A man, sort of elderly, got out of the boat and went into the house. He was carrying a suitcase. A little later, my husband came out. Only now he had the suitcase. Well, he didn't come home until late that night, and I was dying to ask him what happened, what possible connection it could have with Henry.
Well?
I didn't dare ask him, Leona. But things have happened since, and unless we do something drastic, it may be too late.
Your 5 minutes are up. Please deposit 5 cents for the next 5 minutes.
Oh, just a minute, please. I know I have another nickel. Are you still there, Leona?
I'm here. This is one of the queerest things I've ever heard.
Yes, I know. And I just didn't seem to be able to connect Henry with it. That's why I finally went to see him today.
What did you find out?
Well, I met him for lunch. He told the captain he was expecting a very important phone call, and then we sat down.
It's been a long time, Sally. 8 years. Tell me, how's dear old Grassville these days?
I don't know, Henry. I haven't been back.
So you're married now, Living here in New York?
Yes. My husband's with the district attorney's office.
Oh?
That's why I wanted... Henry, what I'm trying to say is this. A few days ago, I saw a picture of you in the newspaper. Vice president now, huh?
Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Biggest drug business in the country.
I was sorry to read that Leona isn't well.
Yes. Chicago doctors don't seem to know just what it is. Her trouble, I mean.
Henry, what do you do in the drug business?
Push buttons, like all other vice presidents.
Oh, but I'm serious.
So am I. I'm almost as important as the office boy.
Don't mean to be inquisitive. I only mean this for your own good.
Mean what for my own good?
Well, yesterday, my husband was making out a report...
We have your phone call, Mr. Stevens.
Oh, thanks. Excuse me, Sally. I'll be right back.
Well, I waited a while, Leona. But Henry didn't come back,
Please
and then
deposit 5 cents for the next 5 minutes.
Operator, but I haven't been talking 5 minutes. I deposited another nickel, only a couple
I am sorry, madam. Please deposit another 5 cents.
But I haven't any more change.
Hello.
Leona, I'll have to call you back. But I only wanted to say that Henry never came back to the table and that he is in trouble.
Fred's been talking to the police. I've heard him mention Henry's name over and over again. And there's someone else in it, too. That man called Evans. Your 5 minutes are up, madam. Waldo Evans. He owns that house on Staten Island. I am sorry, madam. I will have to disconnect you.
Reverse the charges. Put them on this phone. Operator!
It's a moment or so later. Through an open window, the night air drifts slowly in Leona's window, heavy with the heat of a New York summer. Leona lies motionless on the bed, and the sounds of the night become magnified. The tugboats on the river, the hum of distant traffic, the muffled roar of a train passing over a bridge, and then suddenly...
Hello?
Leona, this is Sally again. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm calling from the subway station. The stores around here are all closed. I've just been home, Leona, and some more has happened. That house on Staten Island, the one I told you about, well, it was burned down this afternoon. The police have captured 3 men, but this Waldo Evans escaped.
But who is Waldo Evans? And for heaven's sake, what's his connection with my husband?
I still don't know, Leona, but I do know the whole thing has something to do with your father's company.
Oh, that's absurd. My father called me from Chicago this afternoon. He never mentioned a word. Now, look, who's been arrested and why?
3 men, and I don't know why.
And why do you think Henry's one of them?
I didn't say that. I only know that somehow he's terribly involved.
Did anyone say he was going to be arrested?
No, not exactly.
Then what are you talking about? Why are you calling me like this? Are you still jealous that I took Henry away from you? Can't you bear to see me happy? Can't you stop telling lies and making trouble even now?
Leona, I can't talk anymore.
Then I'm right. You are just trying to make trouble.
No. Fred and Joe, they're coming down the subway platform. If my husband should see me here... Leona, I've got to hang up.
Hello? Oh. Yes?
This is Western Union. We have a message for Mrs. Henry Stevens.
This is Mrs. Stevenson.
The telegram is as follows. Darling, Terribly sorry, but last-minute remembered annual drug convention tomorrow in Boston. Taking next train out, back Sunday morning. Keep well. All my love. And signed, Henry. That is all, madam. Do you wish us to deliver a copy of the...
Oh, no.
Then I wait till the train goes over the bridge in case your window is open and she should scream. Clarence says the coast is clear. I got your message, George. Everything okay for tonight?
Henry is in trouble. Desperate trouble.
Darling, terribly sorry. Taking next train out. Back Sunday morning. Then I wait till the train goes over the bridge. Then I wait till the train goes over the bridge.
Dr. Alexander? Doctor, this is Mrs. Stevenson.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Stevenson. How are you?
I need you right away, Doctor. Please come right over.
Now, Mrs. Stevenson, what seems to be
I said I want you to come over at once.
I'm afraid I can't tonight, Mrs. Stevenson. Now, be sensible. If you just make up your mind to cooperate with your husband and me in our plan of action...
Plan of action? What are you talking about?
Mrs. Stevenson, I explained everything in my letter over a week ago.
Letter? What letter?
But surely your husband... Hasn't he spoken to you, Mrs. Stevenson?
About what?
Look, you try to compose yourself now, and perhaps we can discuss it tomorrow.
We'll discuss it now. Do you hear me? Now, this very minute.
Well, if you insist upon knowing. Your husband called at my office about 10 days ago. He seemed quite concerned about your condition.
Naturally. Anyway, we discussed your illness at great length.
Still a puzzle to me, Doctor. I still don't know what's wrong with her.
Well, Mr. Stevenson, your wife's illness seems to date far back to her early childhood. Is that true?
Yes, I suppose so.
But you knew nothing about it when you married her?
No, not till after a couple of years. You see, we were living with her father then, in Lake Forest. I remember early one morning.
Why did you do that, Henry? Why did you send the maid for my handbag?
Why? Because there's something in it that I need.
Well, how much money do you want?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Leona, but this time it isn't money. It's simply that I wrote Ferguson's telephone number in your notebook last night, and I want to call him. We have a date for lunch.
You know perfectly well you're having lunch with me today.
I know, Leona, but I won't be able to make it. This date with Ferguson's rather important.
Oh? More important than me, I suppose?
Oh, it isn't that, Leona. It's just that... Well, it's about a job.
You have a job. What on earth are you talking about?
Leona, I've been meaning to say this to you for weeks. I just don't belong in your father's business.
Who says you don't?
I do. I say it. Working for your father is like running in a dream. No matter how hard you try, you know you'll never get anywhere. I don't want to graft off your charity for the rest of my life. I want a chance on my own.
Only you're not getting the chance. I won't have you traipsing around, you hear? Just because Dad doesn't go falling all over himself, you're not going to throw away $1 million business like Cotterell's for an idle whim. It happens to be my business, too, you know. And to think my own husband turns up his nose at it. Now call Ferguson and tell him you've changed your mind. Go on, Henry, call him.
But I haven't changed my mind.
You're still going?
Yes. And someday you'll see it'll be better for both of us.
Henry, wait.
Now, that's a little silly, isn't it? Locking the door?
You're not going, Henry. Not as long as you're my husband.
Oh, come on, Leona. Give me that key.
You can't do it. You can't do this to me. Nobody's ever done it. Nobody.
Will you please stop and give me that key?
Henry, please. If you love me at all. Henry, I beg you. I'll talk to Dad. I'll do anything. Anything you want, only don't leave me. Don't go away.
Give me that key.
No, I won't. Oh, Henry, you're hurting. Henry, please.
Your husband told me, Mrs. Stevenson, that in spite of your opposition, he had lunch that day with Mr. Ferguson. When he got home that evening, he said your father was waiting for him at the door, angry and worried.
All right, Henry. Come in the library. I want to talk to you.
What's the matter? Where's Leona?
Leona's in bed. She had an attack, a heart attack. She almost died.
Heart attack?
Did you two quarrel this morning?
Yes, but what's that?
Weren't you supposed to have lunch with Leona?
Yes, but I had to see someone else. Look, Mr. Cotterill, if you don't mind, I'd like to see Leona.
You'll see Leona when she's ready to see you. Just in case you don't know it, Leona's had a heart condition since childhood. Her mother died of it the day Leona was born. Leona can't stand being treated the way you did this morning. She never has been before, and she's not going to be now by you or anyone else.
And what happens if once in a while I have an opinion of my own?
I don't give a hoot about your opinions, Henry. Have them. Think anything you like. But while you're in this house, you'll do what my daughter tells you to do.
I think you should know that the argument this morning was about a very important decision.
Don't be a fool.
A decision I made as much for the sake of Leona's future as for my own.
Was it for her that you had lunch with Ferguson? Well, did you get the job?
No. No, I didn't.
And I'll tell you why you didn't. It so happens I'm a pretty good customer of Ferguson's. I buy more than $2 million worth of dyes every year. Now, who do you think he's going to care about, you or me?
So that's what happened.
Now, who else in Chicago would you like to have lunch with about a job? Oh, face up to it, Henry. Just as long as you're my son-in-law, you're working for me and nobody else. If you really cared for Leona the way I do, you'd have done the same thing in my place. Besides, you haven't done so badly for yourself. I'll go upstairs and see Leona. She's been asking for you.
Well, Mrs. Stevenson, as I say, we discussed all these things in my office 10 days ago, your husband and I. I asked Mr. Stevenson how long this heart attack of yours lasted.
Oh, she got well right away, Doctor. Maybe I should have pulled out then and there. But I didn't pull out. Somehow I couldn't. Her father wasn't altogether wrong. I hadn't done too badly for myself. Anyway, from that time on, I began to compromise. Always with the hope that somehow, someday, I'd win out on my own. But it wasn't long before we were right back where we started.
Another attack?
Yes, sir. I remember one day in particular. I had an idea that I hoped might help the situation.
Henry, you mean you brought me here just to look at an apartment?
Oh, you'd be crazy about it, Leona. Now, come on, let's go in and look it over.
I'm not interested, Henry.
But you haven't even seen it. Why, there are terraces on all four sides.
I've told you 1,000 times we don't need an apartment.
Leona, it's not an apartment I'm looking for. What I want is a home of our own. You just can't go on living with your father indefinitely.
I don't see why not. There's plenty of room and I like it. Besides, who's going to pay for this little penthouse?
Well, I hope eventually I will.
Oh, eventually. But in the meantime, it's my money and I'm the one who's going to pay for it.
Okay, Leona. Let's go.
Oh, Henry, you're so naive. You're like a little boy with a box of candy. I just can't throw my money away on everything you happen to see. There's a limit.
Sure, there's a limit. I'm supposed to follow you around like a pet dog tied to a chain. I'm supposed to like whatever crumbs you want to throw me.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Yes, you've got me sewed up 16 different ways for 3 meals a day and pocket money.
That's all you care about. That's all you married me for, my money. I should have known it. I should have known it.
Oh, stop it, Leona. Please, just for once, will you listen to me?
You hate me. You're bored with me. All you want to do is get away.
Okay, I'm bored stiff. Who wouldn't be with that neat little routine you've got cooked up for me? What do I have? Nothing. Nothing on my own. Not even the studs on my shirt or the matches in my pocket.
Henry, how can you say this to me?
You once told me I'd love this kind of life, remember? Well, do you want to know something? I do love it. I love it now more than you'll ever know. But I want to be my own boss, profiting by every bit of it, not just a stooge on the outside looking in.
Henry, get me some water. Quick.
Listen to me, Leona, please.
Oh.
It isn't that I want to be without you. I could love you still if only you'd try to understand.
Henry, my purse. Henry, the pills in my purse.
That attack kept her in the hospital nearly 3 weeks, Doctor. At the time, I thought it was all my fault. But no matter what I did, her attacks increased in violence and became more frequent. About a year ago, Leona, she just seemed to give up hope of ever getting well. She took to her bed more or less permanently. It was my idea to come to New York and see you. The doctors in Chicago said she didn't have much of a chance. Anyway, we rented the house on Sutton Place, and here we are. And believe me, it's been more and more like a nightmare.
Mr. Stevenson, there's absolutely nothing wrong organically with your wife's heart.
Nothing wrong?
I've examined her thoroughly. And what you've just told me confirms what I've thought from the start.
And that is?
Her condition is mostly mental.
Mental?
She's what we call a cardiac neurotic. Her attacks are brought on by her emotions, her lack of control, her frustrations. Whole thing is probably quite unconscious on her part. Now, I'm not saying your wife isn't sick. Mentally, she is sick, and her attacks are real enough. But given the proper treatment, she may snap out of it entirely. Well, I'll call on her tomorrow. There's a psychiatrist I wanted to see.
Doctor, I wish you could wait a few days. I'd like to think this over.
Think it over?
Yes, you see, she's so easily upset. And I think that, well, that maybe I ought to prepare her. You know, get her used to the idea.
Well, a few days more or less won't matter, I suppose.
Unless you wanted to write her a letter. It might make it easier for her to take, and it would give me more time to talk to her.
Well, it's an extremely delicate matter, Mr. Stevenson. But if you think you can manage it, let's try it that way. Give me a ring in a couple of days. Meanwhile, I'll write the letter.
Thanks, Doctor. Thanks for everything.
Well, that's exactly the way I left things, Mrs. Stevenson, 10 days ago. As your husband requested, I wrote you the letter.
And I'm telling you I never received a letter.
Well, let's not worry about that now. I've told you everything, and now I want you to relax. Now, you have that sedative I prescribed?
Yes, it's here.
Well, then take some. Double the dose, and I'll...
Liars! 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 Hello.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Who is it?
This is Mr. Evans. I've been trying to get you, but your line has been busy. Has Mr. Stevenson come home?
No, he isn't here. He won't be back until Sunday. And will you please tell me what this is all about? Why are you calling him? Who are you?
I've already told you, Mrs. Stevenson, and I'm very sorry if I've annoyed you. But there are names and addresses that are very important for Mr. Stevenson to know. So if you'll be good enough to take the following message...
What are you talking about? I can't take any messages now.
If you'll please tell Mr. Stevenson that the house at 20 Dunstan Terrace has been burned down. I burned it down.
You what?
Also, that I do not believe it was Mr. Morano, the name is spelled M-O-R-A-N-O, who betrayed us to the police. And since Mr. Morano has been arrested by the district attorney's office, there is no necessity for the money now.
Oh, this is fantastic. What money? Who's Morano?
Thirdly, tell Mr. Stevenson that I escaped, and I am now at the Manhattan address. However, I do not expect to be here after midnight. If he wishes to find me, he may call me at a phone number, Bowery 2-1000. And now, if you'll be so good as to repeat the message...
You're insane. Do you realize I'm a terribly sick woman?
I'm very sorry for you, Mrs. Stevenson. I don't know. Perhaps it would be better to tell you the true facts. I mean now, before they are gobbled by the police. Maybe then you'll understand. But if you're ill...
I don't know what or whom to believe. So much has happened to me tonight. And I'm sick. My doctor says
I'll tell you all I know, Mrs. Stevenson.
Well, tell me then. Tell me.
It started over a year ago at your father's factory in Chicago. You see, Mrs. Stevenson, I had worked in your father's company for many years. I'm a chemist. Anyway, late one afternoon, your husband walked into the laboratory and he...
The clock on the table says 10 minutes to 11 o'clock. But Leona Stevenson, clutching the telephone, listens with mounting bewilderment and fright to the voice of a man named Waldo Evans.
Yes, Mrs. Stevenson. Your husband came into the laboratory and started asking me questions about the drugs we use and how we prepare them.
Well, this is very interesting, Mr. Evans. So, this is where the formula for all our products are developed, huh?
That's right.
Some of these drugs must be very valuable.
Oh, yes, Mr. Stevenson, very valuable.
I see. And tell me, what do you do with them?
Why, they go into the various Cotterell products, sir.
Mm-hmm. And you're the man in charge here, huh?
Yes, sir.
I see. Well, thanks for your time, Mr. Evans. I was just curious.
Thank you, sir. Good night, Mr. Stevenson. That was my first meeting with your husband, Mrs. Stevenson. Then, from time to time, he'd drop into the laboratory and visit with me. And one night, when it was storming, he offered to drive me home.
So you're a bachelor, Mr. Evans. Well, I didn't know that.
Yes, sir. I live in a rooming house on Chestnut Street.
A man all by himself, no responsibilities. Tell me, why do you work so hard?
Well, to tell you the truth, sir, because I have a hope. An ideal, you might say. In a few years, I hope to retire.
Retire, huh?
Oh, I have it all planned, sir. I'm going back to England. I hope to raise horses, sir. Well, not race horses, just horses, sir. Do you care for horses, Mr. Stevenson?
Well, I'm afraid I haven't thought very much about them.
Oh, then you're missing a great deal. Well, that's my hope, sir. To live there quietly and raise horses.
Why have you waited this long? Money?
Money, of course. But someday I'll...
Well, why wait until you're old? What good is a dream when you're too old to enjoy it?
Oh, I've thought of that, Mr. Stevenson. I suppose the zest does come out of things with the encroachments of old age.
Now you're talking, Wally. My motto is if you want something, get it now.
It's the next turn to the right, Mr. Stevenson. Chestnut Street.
You know, Wally, I've been thinking. There might be a way out.
A way out?
Yes. To have your little place in England. Everything you want.
Indeed, sir.
And all you have to do is to make a little mistake every now and then.
Mistake?
In the laboratory. I've been checking on it, Wally. The way you're set up, no one would ever know.
Mr. Stevenson, I better say good night, sir.
Wait a minute. The differences in the amounts of those raw drugs you handle need be so slight that nobody but yourself would ever know.
I don't understand, sir.
Look what you've done for the company all these years. And what have you gotten out of it? Not a tenth of the salary you should be getting.
No, please, Mr. Stevenson.
Now, don't be silly. I've already talked it over with someone else.
Talked it over with whom?
A man named Morano. He can handle all the raw drugs that we can get. And then we split. You, Morano, and I.
Mr. Stevenson, I just can't believe it. You're a young man, vice president of the company. A wonderful future ahead of you.
Don't make me laugh. Yes, I'm young. Young enough not to waste my life in dreaming. There are things I want to do, big things, and the only way to do them... I'm sorry, Wally. I thought you were my kind of a person. I trusted you.
But what if we were caught?
Why should we be caught? We'll make our pile and stop before anyone even guesses what went on. Morano knows just what to do. Besides, for once, there's an advantage in being Cotterell's son-in-law.
Yes, I see.
I thought you would, Wally. Well, partner, we're in business.
And so we started, Mrs. Stevenson. A systematic plan of robbing your father's company. By September of last year, I had banked the sum of $7,500. But then, I received a memorandum from the personnel office.
Will you please stop your whining? Didn't you read the memo? You're not fired. They're simply transferring you to the New Jersey plant.
But they must suspect. This is a warning. I'm sure of it. I'm through, Mr. Stevenson.
Look here, you old fool. We've been stooges up till now. Morano's played us for suckers. This is our chance to get rid of him. That transfer of yours is just what I've been looking for.
I don't understand.
Look, I'll tell Morano you've been fired, that the deal's all washed up. Meanwhile, you're back there in New Jersey. We'll operate on our own and we'll split Morano's share between us.
But I'm just a chemist, Mr. Stevenson. I don't know anything about disposing of drugs.
But I do. I know all about it. Now listen. The Cotterell plant in New Jersey is in Bayonne. And just across the bay from Bayonne is Staten Island. I happen to know a little about Staten Island.
About 6 weeks later, we began operations, Mrs. Stevenson, on Staten Island, New York. Our headquarters was an old abandoned house, 20 Dunstan Terrace. There, twice a week after work, I would come from your father's plant in Bayonne. And there, Mr. Stevenson would telephone me or mail me his instructions from Chicago. A little over 3 months ago, Mr. Stevenson arrived in New York. A few nights later, when I went to 20 Dunstan Terrace, I found that your husband was not alone.
Come right in. We've been waiting for you.
Wally, this is Morano.
Morano?
You didn't expect me, did you, Mr. Evans? Well, neither did Mr. Stevenson. But here I am. You see, I have ways of finding things out. For instance, ever since the two of you broke off our pleasant little association in Chicago, I find you've accumulated a rather large bank account. Am I right?
What about it? I'm warning you right now, Morano. Don't you try any funny business.
Relax, Mr.
I'm warning you.
I said relax. Sure, you're a big, strong guy, Mr. Stevenson, but mussing me up won't get you anywhere. You see, I merely represent an organization. But we had what you might call a board meeting, and the vote was 7-1 against you. Now, that's pretty serious. That's like a death sentence.
Oh, cut it short, Morano. What do you want?
Mr. Stevenson, please give them what they want. Mr. Morano, you can take everything I've got.
Shut up.
Now, if you were to turn back what you've accumulated, Mr. Stevenson, and pay us $200,000 for our injured feelings, I might get the board to reconsider their decision.
You know as well as I do I don't have that kind of money.
But you have such wonderful connections. A millionaire father-in-law, a very rich wife.
Yes, a lot of good that does. Why do you suppose I went into this racket?
But I thought I read somewhere about your wife being sick. Very sick.
What about it?
Well, she has life insurance, hasn't she? Made out in your name? Now, I'm pretty sure the board would give you, say, 90 days to raise the money on something like that.
Why 90 days?
Isn't that what the doctor in Chicago said? She wouldn't get better?
Yes, that's what he said, but... What's that?
Oh, just a little IOU to make it legal, you see. Everything can be straightened out without any trouble, without any rough stuff.
But suppose something happened, and my wife didn't. I mean, if she got better.
I wouldn't worry about that, Mr. Stevenson. You've got a doctor's word for it, haven't you? They know their business. So here, take the pen and sign the piece of paper.
What I have just told you, Mr. Stevenson, took place 3 months ago. I need not describe Mr. Stevenson's distress when the IOU became due last Wednesday. As I understand it, Mr. Stevenson saw Mr. Milano, but his request for an extension was refused. And now, inasmuch as I have already given you the final message, I believe the rest explains itself quite simply.
Mr. Evans, where is my husband? Where is Mr. Stevenson now?
I wish I knew. Perhaps if you tried the Bowery number.
The Bowery number? What Bowery number?
The one I gave you when I first started to talk. Mrs. Stevenson, I'm afraid I must ask you to check it all.
I can't.
I'll repeat it once more. Point 1, the house at 20 Dunstan Terrace was burned down this afternoon. I did it. Point 2, I escaped. Point 3, Mr. Milano has been arrested, so it will not be necessary to raise the money. Point 4, it was not Mr. Milano who told the police.
Just give me the Bowery number, the one for my husband.
Point 5, I am at the Manhattan address now, but I'm leaving, and may be found at Bowery 2-1000.
Bowery 2-1000.
Yes, after midnight. Good night, Mrs. Stevenson, and thank you very much.
Bowery 2-1000. Bowery 2-1000. Oh, Henry. Oh.
Bowery 2-1000.
Is this Bowery... Is Mr. Stevenson there?
Mr. who?
Stevenson, Mr. Henry Stevenson. I was told to call by a Mr. Evans.
Just a minute, I'll see. Stevenson?
Yes, Stevenson.
Hold on. Hello?
Yes?
No, he's not here, ma'am.
Oh, well, Mr. Evans said he might be expected. Could I leave a message?
Message? Now, look, lady, if this is your idea of a joke...
Oh, please help me. What number is this? What am I calling?
Bowery 2-1000, the city morgue.
Oh!
Operator.
Police! Give me the police quickly.
I will ring the police department.
No, wait a minute. Give me the hospital. I can't be alone. It's 11 o'clock. Hurry, please. It's 11 o'clock.
One moment, please.
Operator, I can't hear you. Are you calling the hospital? Operator.
Bellevue.
Is this a hospital?
Yes.
I want the nurse's registry. I want to hire a trained nurse immediately for the night.
I am sorry, but this is a city hospital.
It doesn't matter. I've got to have a nurse.
I understand that, madam.
I'm sick and I'm all alone in this horrible empty house. I overheard a telephone conversation about a murder to be committed at 11:15. I don't know what's happened to my husband. If something isn't done, I'm afraid What was that?
What was what, madam?
That click just now on my telephone. As though someone had lifted the hook off the extension downstairs.
I did not hear it, madam, and if you will...
Well, I did. There's someone in this house. There's someone downstairs. And they're listening to me now. Who is it? Who's down there? Oh. Hello?
New Haven is calling Mrs. Henry Stevenson. Is she there?
I can't talk now. Call back later.
I have a person-to-person call from Mr. Stevenson. Do you not wish
Did you
to
say
accept
Mr.
the call?
Stevenson? Mr. Stevenson from New Haven?
Do you wish to accept the call, madam?
Oh, yes.
One moment, please. Here's your your party, sir.
Hello, darling?
Henry! Henry, where are you?
Well, I'm on my way to Boston, dear. Stopping off between trains in New Haven. Didn't you get my wire?
Yes, I got it.
I was sorry I couldn't reach you by phone before I left. But of course, I knew you'd be all right.
Well, I'm not all right. There's someone in this house, Henry. Right now, I'm sure of it.
Now, honey, how could there be? Don't tell me you're still alone.
Well, of course I'm alone. Who else could be here? You promised to be home at 6 o'clock.
I know, Leona, but I thought I explained at the time.
I've been alone for hours. I've been a prey to every kind of horrible call. And Henry, I want you to call the police. Do you hear me? Tell them to come over at once.
Now, honey, you know you're perfectly safe. The doors are all locked and there's a private patrolman. You're right in the heart of New York City and the phone's there at your bed.
Henry, what do you know? What do you know about a man named Waldo Evans?
Evans? Why? Why do you ask?
I had a long talk with him just a little while ago about you.
About me? Well, what about me?
Oh, he told me some terrible things. Some of it sounded insane, but some of it, maybe it was true.
You mustn't listen to every crackpot that calls you up, dear. Now just try to forget about it.
He said you'd been stealing from Dad's company. Is that true, Henry?
Leona, of course it's not true.
Well, he left some kind of a message for you that the house on Staten Island had been burned down and that the police knew everything and that Morano had been arrested and... Henry, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
They said you were a criminal, Henry, a desperate man. And Evans said you wanted me to die.
Leona.
And that money, Henry, that money those people wanted. Why didn't you ask me for it? Why, I'd have given it to you gladly if it would have saved your life. I'll give it to you now if it isn't too late.
That's all right. Forget about it.
I didn't mean to be so awful to you, Henry. I only did it because I loved you, and I thought you didn't love me, and that you'd go away and leave me.
Leona.
Yes?
I want you to do something for me.
Will you forgive me first, Henry, will you?
I want you to try to get out of bed.
Please, Henry, please.
Leona, listen to me.
I
try
can't.
to get out of bed.
I can't get out of bed.
You've got to. Walk over to the window and start screaming, Leona. Scream out into the street.
I can't move, Henry. I'm too frightened, and
Keep trying. Otherwise, you've only got 3 more minutes to live.
Henry!
I'm not talking anymore. Just get out of that bed. I confess everything. I did steal from your father, and I was so desperate that I even tried.
Henry!
I arranged it.
Henry, I can hear footsteps. Somebody's coming up the stairs.
Get out of that bed! Walk, Leona! Walk!
No, I can't. Henry! Oh, Henry, save me. The train, I can hear the train. It's near the bridge, and I...
Please, Leona, wait for them to get me. They'll know. They'll find out from Morano.
Oh, no! No, please don't. Oh, please. Please, I'll give you anything. Please, no.
Ready with your party, sir.
Leona! Hello! Leona!
Sorry. Wrong number.
For a thrilling experience in the theater, our thanks go to this evening's stars, Barbara Stanwyck and Burt Lancaster. They're coming down stage now for a curtain call. You know, it's good to have you both back.
And it's nice to be back.
Bill says you got him in bed with the audience, Barbara.
In what way?
Well, we keep getting letters asking why you haven't been here for so long. And we have to keep explaining that you've made one picture right after another with no time off in between.
One thing is sure, Bill. I haven't forgotten the Lux Radio Theater.
And that's one of the nicest compliments Lux has ever received.
Barbara, tell me if you can. Isn't she wonderful?
I sound like
How
Andy
many-
Devine.
She says she sounds like Andy Devine. Tell me, Barbara, how many pictures have you made that still aren't released?
4, Bert.
And what's the first one we'll see?
The Hal Wallace production, Thelma Jordan.
Oh, yes, Wendell Corey's in that, too. You know, when you and Hal Wallace get together on a picture, we know it's going to be a hit. Bert, I hear you are off for New York in a few days.
Yes, I've just finished my own Norma F.R. production of The Hawk and the Arrow at Warner Brothers. And now I'm going to New York to see a few shows and take a brief vacation.
Well, your last vacation you spent out on the road with a circus as an acrobat. Nothing like that this time?
Not unless you have to be an acrobat to get tickets to South Pacific. Bill, tell me, what's next Monday's show?
Next week, Bert, one of America's best-loved characters will return to this stage. The gentleman I'm talking about is Mr. Belvedere. And our play is the 20th Century Fox hit, Mr. Belvedere Goes to College. Naturally, we'll have the original Mr. Belvedere here to play the part, the amazing Clifton Webb. And besides Mr. Webb, we have 2 other stars, Colleen Gray and the popular Robert Stack. A great comedy and the return of Mr. Belvedere all on next Monday night.
Everybody will love it, Bill. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, and thank you. Inviting you to be with us again next Monday evening when the Lux Radio Theater presents Clifton Webb, Robert Stack, and Colleen Gray in Mr. Belvedere Goes to College. This is William Keeley saying good night to you from Hollywood.
Our play was adapted by S.H. Barnett, and our music was directed by Louis Silvers. This is your announcer, John Milton Kennedy, reminding you to join us again next Monday night to hear the Lux Radio Theater presentation of Mr. Belvedere Goes to College, starring Clifton Webb, Colleen Gray, and Robert Stack. Stay tuned for My Friend Irma, which follows over these same stations. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of The Time Machine. I'm Erwin Terrell. Last hour, we heard the Lux Radio Theater starring Barbara Stanwyck with Burt Lancaster. Well, we're going to continue listening to a Barbara Stanwyck program that she did in the same year, actually, a few months after she did the Lux Radio Theater. And the program that we're going to listen to next is called Suspense, which is my all-time favorite program. In fact, I recall when I really got into old-time radio, big time, it was because there was a radio station in Los Angeles that played 3 hours of suspense. And after I heard those 3 hours of suspense, I was hooked on old-time radio. That was in 1981. I had heard some old-time radio prior to that, but, you know, sporadically. But anyway, that being said, we're going to listen to an episode of Suspense starring Barbara Stanwyck. Now, in this episode of Suspense, Barbara Stanwyck plays the role of a character named Ruby Miller. Now, the reason why I mentioned the name of the character that she plays in Suspense is because it's kind of an ironic situation. In Suspense, she plays the role of Ruby Miller. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Barbara Stanwyck is not her real name. Barbara Stanwyck's real name is Ruby Catherine Stevens. We're now going to listen to an episode of Suspense. This episode is called The Wages of Sin. It aired on October 19th, 1950 on CBS, and Suspense ran on CBS from June 7th, 1942 until September 30th, 1962.
Suspense. Tonight, Autolite brings you The Wages of Sin, a suspense play starring Miss Barbara Stanwyck as Ruby Miller.
You know her, Doric?
Yeah, Ruby Miller. Pretty good picture of her.
Well, this is her apartment. She's had it for 2 months.
What was he doing here?
Don't know. He was dead when we got here. Shot within the hour.
Hello, Captain. We've been working hard.
Hello, Frank. Who is he?
Driver's license says his name's David Madlock, age 42, this city.
It is Madlock. Hard to recognize him with that kind of shooting. Keep going, Frank.
Desk clerk Frank DeMarco saw Madlock come through lobby about 9 o'clock, alone. He got it here a few minutes later.
What was Madlock doing here?
Don't know. DeMarco and the day clerk say they never saw him in building before.
Mm-hmm. Who reported it?
Janitor. Heard the shots. Called downtown, saw nothing.
Madlock's got a wife.
I sent some boys out to pick her up.
Okay. Doc tells me this is Ruby Miller's apartment.
That's right. She rented it 2 months ago. Haven't located her yet.
Now, the tabloids are going to make this look juicy. David Madlock slain in Beauty's apartment.
If I know those tabloids we got in this town, that'll be tame.
All right, let's find her and get her story. I want an all-points bulletin out for Ruby Miller right away. She finally got herself messed up in something too big to handle.
Miss Barbara Stanwyck in the first act of The Wages of Sin.
And now, with The Wages of Sin and the performance of Miss Barbara Stanwyck as Ruby Miller, to keep you in suspense.
I don't care who you are. Nobody gets in.
This is my apartment, Pinhead.
Hey, what's going on out here, Sergeant? Who's this?
Who are you? Say, what's the idea of all these cops? You holding crime school in my apartment or something?
You're Ruby Miller?
Yeah, that's right.
Come on in.
Nice of you.
I was just starting out to look for you.
What's going on around here, anyhow? I leave for a couple of hours and...
Yeah.
My rug!
His name is Frank Madlock. Interested?
What'd he bleed all over my rug for?
Come on, sister. The captain wants to see you.
Well, I want to see him. What kind of a police force do we have in this town? A lady can't go out for a drink without coming home to find... Get your hands off me.
Inside.
When I finish my judo course, I'm going to look you up.
Hello, Ruby.
Oh. Huh. I draw all the dreamy ones. I might have known it'd be you, Captain Salvador.
That's all, Frank.
Yeah, that's all, Frank.
Tell me about yourself, Ruby.
You losing your hair?
It's falling out worrying about you. The last time was 47. No visible means of support.
I didn't know we were going to talk about old times, or I'd have cracked a bottle.
We aren't. Going to talk about that guy lying in there in front of your fireplace. Well?
They tell me his name is David Madlock.
You know that's his name. What's he doing in there?
How should I know? I never saw him my whole life.
How long have you been seeing him? What did you fight about? Ruby, you've had 4 arrests and 1 conviction in your time. You know we always get the answers.
Captain Doric Salvador, Copperoo. Ha. Been in the drugstore since 8:30. 15 people saw me drinking my malted milk while Junior in there must have been getting his brains blown out.
Do they all have names?
Every one of them. It was a bowling team on their way home. The Loafers.
You're telling me that corpse is a man you never saw before in your life?
That's exactly what I am telling you. Your crew will find that out by poking into everything and everybody in town. They'll also find my alibi's good and that your guesses are bad. If Madlock, or whatever his name is, staggers into my apartment while I'm out and somebody bumps him off, that's not my fault. And you nor any other single-headed cop is going to write it any different.
All right, Ruby. Let's go downtown.
Well, Doric Dream, you booked me as a material witness as expected. After all, you had to take somebody downtown. The newspapers tossed a lot of type around. My picture was in every paper, every edition. But after 2 days, it died on the vine. I made 3 inches in the second section after that. Ruby Miller released for lack of evidence. The morning I got out... I'll wait while you blush. I wanted a bath more than anything else. All right. Just a minute, I'm coming.
Hello, Ruby. I missed you before you left the station.
I'm tired of looking at cops, Captain.
This will only take a minute.
I'll time you myself.
Thanks. I just been out talking to Marie Madlock, Dave Madlock's widow. The way things happened, she still thinks that you and her husband were real pals on the side. She hates the memory of him now.
Don't you ever give up.
I don't like to see a nice woman like Mrs. Madlock running around believing something that isn't true. My boys peeked under every rock in town before you were sprung, Ruby. They came up with two things that got you out. You were in the drugstore while Madlock was being killed, and you never knew the guy. I'm convinced of that.
My bathwater is getting cold, so am I.
Look, Ruby, you moved in that apartment 2 months ago, paid $400 rent in advance. The same day, you deposited $1,000 at Freeman's National. You also bought $400 worth of clothes and trinkets.
I hit a horse.
Somebody gave you dough to play a part in this. Who?
We've gone all through this before.
Who, Ruby? A key to this apartment was found on Madlock's body. How'd he get that key?
I don't know, Captain. I just don't know. I should have my lock changed.
All right, Ruby, I'm leaving.
Sorry you didn't have any luck, Captain.
You know, whatever you get out of this, they'll take 20 times as much back from you, right down to your soul. Madlock's killing was top-drawer stuff with some big people involved. People who don't care anything about you because you were just background scenery. They might want to change at any time. Aren't you scared, Ruby?
You'll never see the day.
Okay. Grandissimo Bugliardo.
What does that mean?
You're a liar, Ruby.
Where did you get off thinking I was scared? What was there to be scared about? I held 3 aces in the deck, and that was enough, at least to make a starting bid. When I looked out my window that night and saw 2 men in overcoats standing across the street from the apartment, I felt extra brave. I wasn't worried one bit. Hello?
Ruby Miller,
Yes.
what are you still doing in town?
I'm waiting for a phone call, but it's not from you.
You're asking for a doll. I'll be over.
Well, say hello to the 2 cops standing in front of my apartment house. Salvador's got them on me 24 hours a day.
Play it smart, doll. Get out of town while you got legs to walk on.
Listen, you thick-lipped creep. I want to talk to him, the big man, right away. And if I don't, I'll talk to the cops.
I just said how you better act, doll.
Sorry to disappoint you again, Doric, but I wasn't scared that time either. A spook call was always standard operating procedure for those kind of people. It let me down a little, though, having them think I was so square I wasn't expecting it. When I went to bed that night, I was dreaming of a new kind of life. And it started the next day with bells. Hello?
Miss Miller, my name is Victor Sheridan. I'm the attorney for the big man. And that's as close as you're going to get. Take it or leave it. My offices are in the Equity Building, Suite 203. I'll expect you any time today.
That was the music I was waiting for, Doric. I'll expect you anytime. And I made any time an hour later. Salvador's 2 shadows followed me when I left my apartment and went downtown. So I wasn't worried that anybody might interrupt my conversation with Sheridan and Carter, attorneys at law.
Call me Sheridan.
Sure.
My client asked me to speak to you.
Speak up.
All right. My client has been disturbed by your attitude.
Good for him.
He wonders why you haven't fulfilled your part of the bargain. After all, you've been well paid.
You call that money? A man I never saw before in my life came to me a couple of months ago and made the deal. $1,500. 2 months' rent on a nice apartment, and on a certain night I was to blow town, never come back.
You should have done it.
I saw a setup a mile off. How dumb do you think I am?
That is not the question, Miss Miller. How dumb do you think we are?
Dumb enough to know he needed a place to do a killing and someone with a rep like mine to throw the cops off. I know who he is, where he is, how he did it, and why he did it. Tell the client I want a payoff to keep quiet. Lots of payoff. Or I can tell a whole lot of cops something that will keep them absolutely spellbound.
I see.
Well?
Will this be enough to start with, Miss Miller?
$1,000? Look, Sonny, this is the major leagues. I want 10 to start with.
I haven't had much money in the office.
You can get it. There's a bank downstairs.
You're playing a very dangerous game, Miss Miller.
I've got built-in police protection at all times. All you have to worry about is coming through.
That protection may not last forever.
Let me worry about that.
Miss Miller, it's not up to me to decide the outcome of this affair, but somewhere, someplace, sometime, you'll be alone on a dark street. And I wouldn't want to say what might happen to you.
Well, don't you worry, Buster. I'm going to be burning money to keep all those dark streets bright. Now call the bank.
Miss Barbara Stanwyck in The Wages of Sin. Tonight's production in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense. Brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Miss Barbara Stanwyck in Elliot Lewis's production of The Wages of Sin, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Don't think those next few months weren't great, Captain Salvador. They were the last days of Pompeii with Christmas and a Polish wedding thrown in. I picked up my checks regularly from Victor Sheridan, and I spent them regularly on Ruby Miller. I never could understand why the two men you always had shadowing me didn't pick up Victor Sheridan. But why look a gift horse in the mouth? I was busy enough being the belle of the boulevard, the girl most likely to succeed. Clothes all over the place. Money any place there were in clothes. Nightclubs, I was a bigger attraction than the chorus girl. Men, like flies in a sugar bowl. And don't think I ever got tired of it. Why, I even got tapped by the 400. Of course, I was sort of a late starter, but so were Broker's Tip and the Yankees. Let's see. There was Douglas Elwood Tisdale, who had the mink ranches. Clayton Dashiell, who made governors. Hamilton Moore, who was in shipping and polo. And Talbot G. Cooper, whose taste ran to women.
Ruby, I've known girls from Bombay to Hunter.
Well, don't tell me about them. I hear Kinsey's in town.
No, what I was going to say was that you're the most exciting of them all.
Oh, Coop, squash head. I don't come from Bombay or Hunter, so I don't have to follow the rules. Go get yourself some new material.
No, I mean it. Oh, if I were conning you, I'd do it in another place, not here.
Oh, cut it off. I came here for laughs. Say, who are those two people over by the window?
Don't you know? Really?
Look stupid. Didn't you ever read anything but Noel Coward? If I knew who they were, I wouldn't have asked.
Well, come on. I'll introduce you. The distinguished-looking man lives on an inheritance, and the distinguished-looking woman lives on, memories, I guess.
Hello, Coop. Nice to see you.
Hello, Clint. Ray. May I present Miss Ruby Miller, Mr. Clinton Fisher.
My pleasure.
How do you do, Mr. Fisher?
And Mrs. David Madlock.
Talk about your drama. That moment could have run 36 straight weeks at the Barrymore Theater. As you know, Captain, it was my first performance at trying to carry on idle chit-chat with the widow of a man found dead in my apartment. Must have been her first, too, because she excused herself and walked quickly away. The guy who staged the scene, Cooper the Coward, also took a powder.
By natural selection, I guess we're left alone, Miss Miller.
What's she complaining about? I wasn't found dead in his apartment.
Well, you couldn't exactly expect her to carry on tea-time conversation with you.
Look, is she a friend of yours?
I know her.
Well, tell her the next husband she gets, keep him home. That means keeping him happy, if she isn't too chilled to find time. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Fisher, I'll go have a drink.
Allow me to join you, Miss Miller.
Why?
Frankly, I like you.
If anybody tells you men over 50 don't have charm, put salt in her coffee. Clint Fisher was as charming as they made them. And the thought came to me that this was my chance to move from the phony money to the real stuff. And he was said to have more connections than the plumbing at the Waldorf. I intended someday to use them. And my chance came sooner than I thought.
Yes, ma'am.
Captain Doric Salvador wants to see me.
You mean Lieutenant Salvador? He got a bust.
Good. He was too arrogant.
Third door on the left, lady.
Don't look so mad, Sergeant. Maybe if you work hard, you'll be busted, too, someday. Hello, Lieutenant.
Yeah. Sit down.
What did you do? Kick the mayor's mother?
No,
The commissioner got a little mad because I didn't bring anybody in for David Madlock.
What did you call me down here for, a wake?
The commissioner's dropping the case.
What do you mean?
He called us off. Madlock will be under M in the file. I'll be on another case.
Yeah, but that means that I...
Starting tomorrow, where you go alone.
What is this? You pulling off my protection?
Ruby, we had those men on you to see if anybody made a move toward you, not for protection.
I got a right to protection.
You forfeited every right you had when you threw in with the wrong people. In my opinion, Ruby, you sold your soul for a fur muff and a filet mignon.
Don't talk to me like that, you lousy failure.
Shut up! I played your game long enough. This is the end. You don't even know what I'm talking about. You'll never know. All dames like you got is your sex. You wouldn't know a good piece of music if you heard it. You've never read anything longer than a menu in your life. You couldn't tell me two intelligent things about the history of the people you came from or the name of the man who wrote the Declaration of Independence. All you got is a 75-word vocabulary and 112 pounds of flesh that could have been put to better use in an animal.
You listen to me, flathead. Where do you get off telling me how worthless I am? Just because I went out and made myself a few bucks the hard way? Well, I took nerve and I've got it. It didn't take any to sit behind that desk and get demoted from captain to lieutenant. You picked your way of life yourself, and because everybody isn't like you can't stomach them. Your kind doesn't send your sons to college so they'll know a good piece of music when they hear it. You send them to learn how to make money. And you don't dress your daughters in the best clothes you can buy because they know who wrote the Constitution. You do it so they'll marry into money. You're cheaper on your level than I am on mine because you lie about what you really want, and I don't. I'm honest. I say what I want right out, and I get it.
Are you through?
No. Why did the commissioner call off the case?
It was costing too much.
I can smell a fix 20 miles off. You're going to set me up for a kill.
I'm not setting you up for anything. They called me off the case. That's all I know.
Yeah? Well, if the commissioner's been fixed, he can be unfixed. I know some pretty big people now.
I hope they can help you, Ruby.
They will. Don't worry. I'll have my protection back. And while I'm at it, I think I'll have you busted down to sergeant. And I couldn't wait to do it to you. Clint Fisher was my boy. By then I had him wrapped around my little finger. He knew the skeleton in everybody's closet, and I was going to make him rattle a few. I pulled out all the stops, and he had my hero printed all over him when he said he'd see what he could do. You cops who thought you had a corner on everything fracture me. I slipped on a negligee and cracked a bottle of champagne. While I waited for my team to go into action... Hello?
Clint Fisher, Ruby.
Oh, Clint, darling. Oh, it's so nice to hear your voice.
And it's nice to hear yours, Ruby. Are you all right?
Oh, yes, of course. Don't worry about me.
Well, Ruby...
Everything's going to be fixed, Clint?
Not exactly. That's why I called you. I've tried everybody in town, and I hate to say this, but there's nothing I can do for you. Absolutely nothing.
Clint, you don't mean that.
I'm afraid, honey, you're on your own.
Don't tell me about men. I know more ways they can be cheap and lying, two-faced and vicious than you can count in a year. But Clint Fisher wasn't the only man in the world who could fix things. So I tried the rest of them, up and down the social register and through the moneymen and tycoons, and every one of them chickened out, every one of them. No, Ruby. Sorry, Ruby. Try someone else, Ruby. That's all I got. Don't tell me about men. Then I began to get scared. Scared right down through the little veins. I locked the door and pulled the shades and told the desk to let no one visit me. And I sat there all night. I didn't dare sleep. And half the next day, I was scared. But then I remembered. I still had an ace to play. Sheridan.
Yes, Ruby.
Well, what's the matter with you?
Nothing.
I came to make a deal. A deal, do you hear me?
Too late.
I won't spill. I'll never say a word, not a single word to anyone. I'll even get out of town. What are you laughing about?
You. Trying to make a deal.
I got the greatest deal in the world, the greatest. You never heard anything like this. Listen. I don't even know who the client is. I don't know. I never knew, never. All I know is some creep I never saw before gave me a couple of $1,000 to use the apartment for a killing. I don't even know his name. He came and he was gone. That's all I know. Believe me. Sheridan!
Shot me in the stomach.
Who?
The client. He killed Madlock because he wanted Mrs. Madlock. She found out last night. Committed suicide. He went crazy. Thought I told her. But after shooting, I said it was you. And you don't even know him.
Who is the client, Sheridan? He'll kill me. I've got to tell the police. Tell me, who is he? Oh, don't die, tell me. I ran out of that office as fast as I could make it. I didn't know where to go, what to do. I couldn't end up like Sheridan. I couldn't. Then I decided to go to my apartment, get my money, and try to get out of town. I ran up the stairs, locked the door, and stood there trying to pull myself together. And I got an idea.
Salvatore.
Captain, listen to me. Listen carefully.
Who is it?
Ruby Miller. Now listen to me. The client's after me. I know he is.
The client?
The man who killed David Madlock. It's just the way you said. I take everything back I ever said to you. I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry.
I suppose you want protection.
Oh, yes. Please send somebody. Come yourself. Take care of me. I'm in my apartment and I'm afraid to leave it.
Ruby, you're a great girl for deals. We had 2 men following you and 3 men following Sheridan. We didn't find out a thing. Tell me who this client is. We'll go out and pick him up.
Oh, that's just it. I don't know.
Now,
I don't know. I really don't. It was all above. They thought I knew, but I didn't. I don't know a thing. I played it for what I could get, and it worked.
Now, you don't expect me to believe that?
You've got to believe it. You've got to. I don't know who he is or where he's coming from, but I know I'll be killed.
You're lying, Ruby. When you're ready, tell me the truth. I'll give you what you want. Goodbye.
Don't hang up. Don't, please. I'll be killed. I tried to get you back, but they said you'd left the office. I wanted to tell you about Vic Sheridan's death. That would have been proof. That's why I'm writing you this letter. You'll have to believe it. I'm packed and I'm leaving town, and I don't ever want to come back. I'm mailing it from the airport. So long, Doric. I hope you have better luck finding the client than I did. Hello?
Hey, you all right? This is Salvatore.
Oh, yes.
We just found Vic Sheridan. I'm sorry, Ruby. Sometimes my personal opinion of people gets in the way of my badge. We'll be over there in a couple of minutes.
Oh, thank you. Who is it?
It's Fisher. Let me in.
Oh, Clint. Oh, Clint, I'm so glad you came. Nobody cared. Nobody would do anything.
Now, Ruby, you'll be all
Somebody's
right.
after me, Clint. They'll get me. They will. Clint. What's that gun for?
For you, baby.
Oh, Clint, don't do anything. I'll scream.
That won't help. You can't outrun a bullet. You've had a free ride on me. I was perfectly willing to give you money when it meant something to avoid trouble. But now you're going to pay it all back.
I'll do anything in the world.
Don't close your eyes because it's going to hurt.
They'll get you, Clint. The police will get you.
I know, but I'll get it quick. You'll get it the hard way.
Oh, Clint, please don't. Hold me up.
How does it feel, Ruby? That's what you get for telling Mary Madlock I killed her husband. Mary was the one thing I wanted. I killed to get her, made it as sordid as possible. Girl's apartment and all, so she'd forget even his memory. And after all the dough I paid, you had to tell her.
I didn't tell her. I didn't even know who...
All right, you stand where you are, with your hands in the air.
Come and get me! Hey, will you look at that? They're lying on the same spot where Madlock was killed.
Yeah. The wages of sin.
Suspense. Tonight's star, Miss Barbara Stanwyck. Next week on Suspense, Mr. Richard Widmark, a star of Too Hot to Live. And in weeks to come, you will hear such famous stars as Herbert Marshall and William Holden. appearing in tales well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Tonight's suspense play was produced and directed by Elliott Lewis, with music composed by Lucien Morawek and conducted by Lud Gluskin. The Wages of Sin was written for suspense by E. Jack Newman and John Michael Hayes. Miss Stanwyck may currently be seen in the MGM picture To Please a Lady.
And remember, next week on Suspense, Mr. Richard Widmark in Too Hot to Live.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, it's time for us to listen to our final program for this week. And this week, we're going to hear the conclusion of the program we've been listening to for the past 9 weeks. And we have the 10th installment. Ironically, I guess, the primary actor in this program also played a role in our last program, Suspense. In Suspense, Elliott Lewis was the director-producer. And now, in this final episode of our program, City of the Dead, Elliott Lewis is the primary actor. So that's one of those things. So we're going to listen to episode 10 of Adventures by Morse in the series. Sorry, we're going to listen to Adventures by Morse, episode 10 of the series, City of the Dead. I am not going to be able to come back at the conclusion of this program. So I just want to say before I start the program that I want to thank all of you for listening to this program this week, and I hope you'll come back next week for more great old-time radio. And I hope you guys have a great week. So with that being said, here is episode 10 of City of the Dead, the program Adventures by Morse.
Adventures by Morse. Carlton E. Morse presents The City of the Dead, featuring Captain Friday.
If you like high adventure, come with me. If you like the stealth of intrigue, come with me. If you like blood and thunder, come with me.
2 o'clock on the afternoon of the third day in the City of the Dead. A drenching wet blanket of fog still lays upon this old abandoned cemetery. In our last episode, Jimmy Parker and Dr. Tuner had gone down into the City of the Dead in search of the phantom church bell, leaving Phyllis Carroll alone with Mayor Friday. Jimmy tried to prevent this arrangement, but was unsuccessful, and so at the last minute he slipped Phyllis the knife with which she had been stabbed 2 days previously, and a police whistle. If in danger, she was to blow the whistle. Jimmy and Doc then went down to the old church ruins and accidentally discovered the bell in the basement of the ruins.
But that wasn't all we found. There was a man down there. He was bound and gagged and near death from a blow on the head and from starvation. He was the one who had been ringing the bell. Dr. Tuner and I unbound the now unconscious fella and started back to the cottage with him. And halfway there, suddenly out of the murk and gloom came the piercing squeal of a police whistle. I knew that meant Phyllis was in danger. I dropped the unconscious man and ran through the fog for the cottage, leaving Doc Tuner to follow with the stranger as best he could. I'm coming! I'm coming, Phil! Oh, I was a fool to leave her with Mayor Friday. There's the house. Phil! Phil, I'm coming! I'm coming! Phyllis! Phyllis, what's the matter?
Jimmy, you're so white. What's the matter with you?
Well, isn't anything wrong? You blew the whistle?
Why, no, I didn't, Jimmy.
You mean that police whistle, Parker?
Captain Friday. Where did you come from?
He's back, Jimmy. Nothing happened to him at all.
Never mind that now. Were you talking about the police whistle?
Yes.
There's one of my men outside. I've got a whole crew down from the city hunting for that phantom church bell.
Well, you don't need him. Dr. Tuner and I found it.
What? You found it? You say you found the phantom church bell? Where?
Yeah, Mayor Friday. Found it in the basement of the old church.
Basement. Basement. Well, now, ain't that the beatenest...
Why didn't I think of that right off? But who in Sam here would think of looking in the basement for a ringing bell?
Oh, but look here, Parker. What made the bell ring?
Well, there was a man. Say, we've got to go help Dr. Tuner. He's got a dying man down there in the city of the dead. I left him alone when I heard the whistle.
A man? Who is it?
I never saw him before. Neither did the doctor.
You say he's dying?
Well, that's what Dr. Tuner said.
Well, come on, Parker. I want to see that man.
Well, listen. Here he comes now.
Captain Friday. Now, where in Tunket...
Never mind that now, Doc. What'd you do with the man?
I reckon you won't need him any longer.
Of course I do. I want to question him.
Can't question him, Captain. He died back yonder while I was fetching him up.
Died? Without saying a word?
Conscious for a few seconds. Gave his name, told me who he was, and how come he was tied up, and then he died.
Oh, the poor fellow.
Well, who was he?
Said his name was William Rogers. Said he was an employee of Cartwright, Hobson, and Cartwright, the attorneys who sent Miss Carroll here her letter about where the black pearls were hidden.
There. That's the key to the whole story. That's what I've been looking for. Doc, did he say what he was doing down here in the city of the dead?
Said he was looking for the black pearl.
Why, the dirty, double-crossing son of a thief, he got what was coming to him.
Them was his own last words, Captain. Said he deserved what he got.
Did he say how he got information about the pearls?
Yes, he said that 2 days before the letter was sent to Miss Carroll, it was taken out of the company vault and put in a special file. He had access to this file and made a practice of stealing information that he could sell.
What a fine piece of jail bait he was. Cartwright will be tickled pink to hear about this. Well, that just about gives me a line on this whole affair.
You mean you can explain everything now?
Yes, Miss Carroll. It's a deuce of a mess, but I got it straight, I think.
And you don't think Jimmy or I killed my cousin, Bert Arnold?
Now, wait. Let's go back to the beginning of the whole thing. Here, sit down, Parker. You too, Doctor. It's a long and intricate story, and it's going to take a while telling it.
Sit here on the bed beside me, Jimmy.
Oh, you mind putting another log on the fire first, Parker?
Oh, sure thing.
So you got the whole thing straightened out, Captain.
Yeah, but with you and Dad acting like a couple of clams, I mighty near slipped up.
So you think you got the thing straightened out now, huh, son?
I certainly have, Dad. No fooling. Oh, you all set, Parker?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Comfortable, Phil?
Oh, yes, Jimmy.
Well, as I said, to get the thing straight, we'll have to start way back at the beginning.
You mean the night we caught these two youngsters sneaking out of the city of the dead? The night somebody shot at the mayor?
No much further back than that, Doc. We'll have to go way back to the San Francisco fire in 1906.
Oh.
Yes, Miss Carroll. Back to the time when your grandfather, Theodore Beverly, and your uncle Robert Beverly lost everything in the blaze.
Robert Beverly? You mean my uncle who disappeared?
That's right.
Is he mixed up in this, too?
Oh, rather. Well, this is the way things happened. On the night the fire got such a hold on San Francisco that it was apparent most of the business and residential district was going to burn, old Theodore Beverly and his son Robert took that precious collection of pearls, drove down here to the city of the dead, and buried them in one of the graves. Their clue to the place where the pearls were buried was the name on the tombstone. The name was Ernest Morton.
Well, that explains all the activity in the vicinity of Ernie Morton's grave.
Yes. Now then, after the fire had been subdued in San Francisco and everything was put more or less to rights, old man Beverly and Robert came down here to recover their hidden treasure. It wasn't there.
What?
Nope, not there.
Oh, but I don't understand. What about the letter he left with the Cartwright lawyers for me?
Well, the old man lost a good deal of his reason in the fire. He saw his business burn up before his eyes. He saw his great fortune vanish overnight. He saw his beautiful home burn, everything go. His mind went with it. So even before they returned for the pearls, Theodore Beverly was a broken man.
Well, then he might have forgotten where he hid the pearls.
Yeah, but Robert should have remembered.
That's true, and yet Robert wasn't all that he might have been. I'll have to say a little about him to explain. He was an unhealthy young man, had always been pampered, not too brilliant. In every way, a minus quantity. Almost subnormal, wouldn't you say, Dr. Tuner?
No, I wouldn't say that. Just a fellow who'd never have to lift a hand to help himself. Absolutely at sea when thrown on his own.
Well, there he is. Certainly he was thrown on his own after his father's fortune disappeared. And he was twice as helpless when his father lost his reason.
Well, then the pearls may still be buried somewhere down here in the city of the dead?
You're getting ahead of the story, Miss Carroll. Well, it was sometime during this period that old man Beverly made out those elaborate papers giving the pearls to you. He was obsessed with the idea that the pearls were buried in Ernie Morton's grave. That's the excuse for the papers. You see, Cartwright didn't know what the letter contained. They just filed it away to give to you on your 20th birthday as ordered.
Oh.
Now then, Doc Tuner didn't quite tell the truth when he said all his patients were buried in the city of the dead.
Told all that was necessary.
Well, perhaps for general knowledge, yes, Doc. But as a matter of fact, he had one patient left. It was Theodore Beverly.
Oh. My grandfather. You were his doctor.
One of my best friends before he lost his mind, Miss Carroll.
Now then, for the next 3 or 4 years after the fire, Theodore Beverly and Robert used to make trips down here to the City of the Dead to dig around for the pearls. It wasn't only the old man who was becoming obsessed with the idea that the pearls were still in the cemetery. Robert grew more and more peculiar. At first, the mayor here, who knew them both well, too, tried to curb them, but it was useless.
Yeah, we'd have had to lock him up.
Yes. It soon became apparent that either they'd have to be allowed the run of the cemetery or else they'd have to be locked up in an asylum.
Oh.
Doc and Dad here talked it over quite a long time. To put them away would have meant a tremendous scandal. So finally, after much thought, Dad built a little cabin back there in the woods and moved both of them in.
Say, look here, Captain Friday. You're not going to tell us one of them was masquerading as Lammy Fink.
Exactly what I'm saying. Robert Beverly and Lammy Fink are one and the same person.
Yeah, but if you knew...
I didn't know it, Parker, until I got on this case. I grew up as a kid down here thinking that Lammy Fink was no one else but Lammy Fink, an addle-pated gravedigger, and that the old man who lived with him was his crazy father, Old Fink.
So Mother's suspicions were right. Grandfather wasn't drowned.
No, not drowned. They just faded out of the world they'd always lived in and became mere shadows in the City of the Dead. Their obsession concerning the pearls took a peculiar form. They set up a sort of guardianship over the City of the Dead. They watched everyone who approached the cemetery like hawks. Everyone who came down here, they believed, were here to dig for their pearls.
Yeah, never hurt no one. Just watched them until they left.
That's right. Well, it got so they didn't do much digging themselves. The old man would grow uneasy about once a month and go out and dig like fury for a few hours. Dad here got so he could tell when a spell was coming on. After old man Beverly had worn himself out and had left, Dad would go down and fill up the hole and replace the turf.
So that's how all those graves have been refilled so mysteriously. Remember, Captain, I told you the place where Phil and I had dug had been covered up. And the grave was refilled after we opened Ernie Morton's grave and found Bert Arnold.
Yes, Dad was responsible for all that. Well, now, that brings us down to the night that the phantom bell started ringing and old Clawfoot put in his appearance, and you, Miss Carroll, and Parker here were captured.
Yes. Well, who was old Clawfoot, Captain Friday?
Ah, just a minute. At least 2 days before you and Parker came to the City of the Dead, Dad here discovered that the cemetery was receiving night marauders other than Robert or old man Beverly. He called Dr. Tooner down the second day, and things had just about reached some sort of a mysterious climax when you two kids walked onto the scene. Dad and Doc naturally thought they'd finally caught the guilty parties, and they locked you up. They didn't call the police because they feared giving away the Beverly secret, which they dreaded doing after all these years.
So they just locked us up.
That's it. But they were curious about this phantom bell. They went down to the old church and found that new rope hanging from the ceiling. As you know, Dad pulled the rope thinking it would ring the bell, and he was creased by a bullet.
Yes. Who did that?
That was a booby trap. That rope wasn't fastened to a bell. It was fastened to the trigger of a revolver on the opposite side of the room. A thread fastened to the rope ran across the ceiling and down the opposite wall to the gun, which was pointed directly at the rope. Anyone pulling the rope would be in a direct line with the bullet.
But who would rig up a trap like that?
That's what took me the longest to figure out. You see, it wasn't the sort of thing a person of old Clawfoot's type would do. This was underworld stuff. Somebody was trying to bump somebody off. I began to check up on Bert Arnold's recent friends, discovered that he'd hired 3 men to work with him on some kind of a hidden treasure hunt. He didn't know it, but they were some of the Morelli mob, bad boys to tangle with. The moment he mentioned $500,000 in buried treasure, they were with him all the way. Well, the police in San Francisco have picked up 2 of these fellas. That's where I got this information.
Bert Arnold wasn't bad, Captain Friday. I know he wasn't.
I know that. He just picked the wrong men to work with him.
Well, but where did Bert find out about the pearls?
Well, that's where this chap from Cartwright's office comes in, the phantom bell ringer. He opened your letter, got the information about the pearls, sealed up the letters again, and then took his information to Bert Arnold.
Then that's the man we found bound and gagged in the old church?
That's it. He sold his information to young Arnold for $1,000, but he evidently didn't know what square shooting was. As soon as he got the $1,000, he organized his own searching party and came down here to hunt for the pearls himself.
Seems funny he gave Bert the information.
Yeah, it does seem funny, Doc. On the other hand, his game was to give out stolen information. Probably the idea of hunting for the pearls himself was an afterthought. Anyway, Bert and his 3 friends came down to the City of the Dead, and right after them came, what was his name? Rogers and his men. Neither party could locate Ernie Morton's grave the first night. Eventually, they clashed. And Bert Arnold and his men caught this Rogers fellow, but his men got away. They tied him up in the basement of the church, intending to leave him there until they found the pearls.
Real gang stuff.
And that's not the half of it. Here, throw another stick of wood on the fire, and we'll get to the second night. That's when murder really came to the city of the dead.
Slowly, the skein of intrigue and desperate action is beginning to unwind. When Jimmy and Phyllis came down to dig in the grave of Ernie Morton, they set into motion a train of events which shook the whole graveyard. Death was breathing down their very necks. But wait.
The second night, Bert's gang had no better luck in looking for the Morton grave. But the third night brought you two kids down here. You went directly to the grave. How did you find it?
Well, there's a map in the City of the Dead with all the plots named on it in the recorder's office in the City Hall up in San Francisco. We found it on that before we came down.
You don't say. Well, you're not so dumb. Oh, and now to get back to the gun trap in the church. Bert's men were using the church for a hangout in the daytime, doing their searching at night. One evening, while Bert and his men were out, Rogers' men slipped into the back room and rigged up the booby trap for revenge, hoping that one of the other gang would be shot. Evidently, however, Doc Tuner and Dad were the first to run across it.
Yeah, just my kind of luck.
What a horrible, cowardly thing to do.
Well, now to get back to the night you came down. You went to Ernie Morton's grave and began to dig. It wasn't any time until Bert and his men heard you and crept up to see who it was. Bert recognized you in the moonlight, Miss Carroll, and kept his men back.
You see, Jimmy? I knew someone was watching.
Yeah.
But they weren't the only ones watching.
Really? Who else?
There were two other groups.
Two?
Yes. There were the men of Rogers' gang, and back watching you and the Rogers gang were Old Man Beverly and Robert.
Well, now, if that wasn't a setup.
Finally, Miss Carroll, you became frightened, and you made Parker quit digging before he'd really had a chance to get deep enough to find anything.
I couldn't stand it any longer.
The minute you two left, Bert and his men sneaked up, saw that it was Ernie Morton's grave you were digging in, and took up the work where you two left off. You see, they saw that you hadn't found the pearls.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't find them now. Just think what might have happened.
Well, the Rogers gang waited until you were out of hearing, and then they jumped Bert and his men, and in the fight, Bert was strangled and his men driven off.
Oh.
Then they, in turn, took up the job of digging.
Then the Rogers gang got the pearls after all?
Now, wait a minute. After they dug to their satisfaction, they threw Bert's body in the grave and partly covered it up. Later, Dad came along and saw the half-opened grave, and thinking that Old Man Beverly had been up to his tricks again, filled it in, not knowing that he was helping to cover up a murder.
But what about the sobbing we heard on the road? And who stole Jimmy's car?
The car was stolen by Bert's three friends. They wanted to make a quick getaway after Bert was killed. You thought there were only two, but the third one got into the car further down the road.
And what about the person we heard sobbing?
That was Robert, or Lammy Fink, whichever you wish to call him.
But where was Old Man Beverly?
In Lammy's arms.
In his arms?
Yes. The old man's terror at seeing a man murdered was so great that it killed him. Lammy, or Robert, grabbed his father's body up in his arms and fled sobbing through the tombstones and down the road. That's who you two youngsters hurt.
Yeah, but look here, Captain. I thought you told me it was Lammy Fink who was scared to death.
I thought it was at first. You see, I hadn't seen either Lammy or his father for 10 years or more. Besides, I only had a few moments to examine the three bodies down in the cellar of Lammy's cabin before the place was set on fire. Light was bad, and added to that, Lammy and the old man always did look a great deal alike.
Yeah, but Dr. Tuner and the mayor should have recognized the old man.
Well, they would have, except that they had even less time to look over the bodies than I had.
I thought Lammy's face looked awfully old, but the captain said it was Lammy, and I never thought to check up.
The light was so bad I didn't even get a good look at his face.
So my grandfather has just died. It seems so strange. I can't realize it. You see, I've thought of him as dead for more than 10 years.
But that means Lammy Fink isn't dead.
Yes, Parker. That means Lammy Fink isn't dead.
Well, where is he then?
In custody.
You mean Lammy Fink is in jail?
Robert Beverly, alias Lammy Fink, is under observation. But we'll get to that presently. The next question in line is who burned Lammy's cabin?
Yeah, I'd like to know about that myself.
Well, it was one of Bert's gang, Dad. They made their getaway in Parker's car, but they'd left so many clues behind them that it was necessary for them to return and sort of clean up. I got this from one of the men we caught. According to him, they returned the next night after Bert was killed and saw us dig up Bert's body. We left him at the grave while I went after a stretcher, and you, Dad, and Doc here, dashed off after old Clawfoot. Parker was still out from that clip I gave him on the jaw. They sneaked in and got the body. Parker woke up just in time to see someone carrying the body away in the fog.
But why'd they bother about the body?
Because they knew that as long as we didn't know who was murdered, we wouldn't be able to get a line on their gang.
That likewise was the reason for the burning of the cabin. Now, the next incident was the murder of the stranger who tried to saw his way into Parker's room.
The man we saw Clawfoot murder?
Yes, that was another member of Bert's gang. Remember, I was clipped on the head, and his body also stolen for the same reason that Bert's was stolen. To hide the identity of those still remaining alive.
Yeah, but how did the bodies get in the cellar of Lammy's cabin?
Well, according to the men we have in custody, they put the bodies in the cabin thinking it was a deserted shack. Lammy must have come along and lugged them down into the basement and arranged them alongside the body of old man Beverly. Lammy, by this time, was completely out of his head.
Say, Captain Friday, just when did you capture Lammy Fink?
Later.
Oh.
But why did Clawfoot kill him?
To protect you and Miss Carroll.
To protect... Say, who is Clawfoot anyway?
Oh, Jimmy, don't you know by this time? It was Lammy Fink, of course.
Yes, Lammy Fink. Or if you prefer, your Uncle Robert, Miss Carroll.
Oh, well, then he must have known me.
Yes, he knew you all right. That was why he patrolled about the house. That's why he brought you the Black Pearl.
The Black Pearl. Clawfoot or Lammy Fink brought me that?
Yeah. The night he broke into the cottage. He put it under your pillow when you fainted. He threw the knife through the window that stabbed you, too, Miss Carroll.
He did? Well, but why if he was protecting me?
He didn't mean to hit you. That was an accident. By the way, where is that knife?
What? Well, but tell me, Captain Friday, why did he throw it?
Well, where's the knife? I'll show you.
Well,
Give it to him, Phyllis.
Well,
Well, what's it doing there in bed with you?
I gave it to her for protection when I had to leave her.
Oh, you did you? Thought I was going to murder her, I suppose.
I'm sorry, Mayor Friday. Honest, I am. I shouldn't have suspected you, but... Well, I had to do everything I could to protect Phil.
I think I understand, boy. Forget it.
Well, look here at the knife. See here how the handle screws off the blade?
Oh, what's inside?
There.
The Black Pearl.
Not the Black Pearl, Miss Carroll. A Black Pearl.
But I don't understand.
Well, it's simple. Old man Beverly kept 2 of the pearls out of the collection for some unaccountable reason. And the old man died, Lammy fell heir to them, and he was trying to give them to you. He was highly unsuccessful both times he tried. The first time he almost stabbed you to death. The second time he nearly frightened you into fits.
Say, I reckon while we're on the subject of that visit, I want to know how the mayor here got out of that bedroom when he was locked in.
Oh, that?
Yeah, that.
Well, the mayor had slipped out of the house hours before. I didn't know where he was or what he was up to, but I didn't want the rest of you to know he was out and increase your suspicion. So I pretended he was asleep, and I locked the door.
I'll be dead, Burns.
So it was you, Mayor, who was digging in Ernie Morton's grave at the end of the trail of bones.
No, Parker, Dad wasn't digging in the grave. He was just filling up the grave that Robert Beverly, alias Lammy Fink, alias Clawfoot, had opened. It was getting battier and battier. The opening of the cottage door and dropping that skeleton inside was one instance. The scattering of his bones through the city of the dead was another. And finally, he gathered them up again in a sack and left them on the porch.
But I want to know what became of you, Captain Friday, while I was lying behind that tombstone.
Well, you have got an explanation coming. I saw it was Dad in the grave. I didn't want you to see him. So I made you lie flat, and then I sneaked out and took him away. After you'd gone back to the cottage, Dad finished filling up the grave and then returned to the cottage.
So that's how it was. And about that gold pencil you had, Mayor.
Go ahead and explain it, son.
Well, when I caught Dad in the grave, I had him in a tight place. So I made him sit down and write out the whole story, most of the story I've told you. He'd been trying to cover up for the Beverleys, but I made him give me the lowdown then and there. Anyway, he borrowed my gold pencil and then stuck it in his pocket. That's how that happened. I hear you tried to lie out of it, got caught, Dad.
No.
Doesn't pay to lie if you aren't good at it. Now then.
But who jerked the mayor in my bedroom and robbed him of the other Black Pearl?
Here, just a minute. Yeah, here it is. Here's your other Black Pearl.
Then it was you in there.
Yes, I needed that pearl. But I didn't choke Dad to get it, and I didn't take it away from him. He gave it to me.
Well, I had to tell some story. You didn't want him to know the truth.
That's right. You see, folks, I wasn't getting anywhere working in the open, so I decided to disappear and keep my eyes on things from cover. Didn't take long to get to the bottom of things that way.
Was it you that kidnapped Clawfoot out in front?
Yes. Did you see that?
Well, partly. It was still so dark we couldn't see who it was.
It was I.
Say, what made him make those horrible noises? Why didn't he talk?
I rushed into the city and an examination was made. His throat became paralyzed, evidently, the night he saw Bert Arnold murdered. It was a condition paralleling his mental state. All he could do was wail.
Oh. Well, but why did he wear that funny robe? And what about his claw feet?
Oh, yes, his claw feet. Haven't you ever seen these Indian moccasins made out of the footskins of animals with the claws left in to make them ornamental?
By gum, of course.
Oh, then his feet weren't clawed at all.
No. Lammy had a pair of those moccasins. He lost all of his clothes. When the cabin was burned, he didn't even have a coat. It was awfully cool. Dad had some sheets out on the line airing, and Lammy stole one of them to wrap himself in.
Oh, the poor thing was just trying to keep warm.
That's all. He wasn't the least bit interested in being ghostly.
Well, isn't that the limit?
About explains everything, too, I guess.
Well, there'll be points coming up from now on, but that covers the most important phases of the case.
Yeah, but look here, you haven't even touched on the most important thing of all.
Yeah?
Yes. What's become of Theodore Beverly's collection of black pearls?
Oh, the black pearls. Well, my dear Parker, the pearls are waiting for Miss Carroll up in a strongbox in the Civic Center National Bank, where they have been ever since the fire of 1906.
What's that? You mean to say those pearls never were buried down here in the City of the Dead?
Yes, they were. When the fire started, the pearls were buried here. But after it had been checked, old man Beverly came down here alone, dug them up, and deposited them in the bank. Right after that, he lost his memory. He remembered burying them originally in the City of the Dead, but he forgot all about coming back here for them and putting them in the bank.
You don't say. Carmine, how did you find that out?
Well, at dawn this morning, I rushed Lammy to the city, and the whole story came out in the first editions of the paper. About me having 2 of the collection of the Beverly pearls and all that. Well, the bank saw the story and called me. They had the rest of the pearls. They had an order to deliver the pearls to Miss Carroll on her 20th birthday.
They did? Well, why didn't they do it then?
Because the old man had made a mistake of a month in her age. The bank would have automatically delivered the pearls to you, Miss Carroll, next month.
You mean to say that I'm worth $500,000?
Exactly that.
Oh, golly. Well, Jimmy, now you've just got to marry me.
Hey.
Yes, you do. A girl with that much money needs protection.
Well, if you insist.
Oh, darling. And you're all invited to the wedding.
Yeah, and we'll be there. Don't you think we won't?
And you, Captain Friday?
Well, I don't know. I've got some business that's going to take me out of town if I get back.
What kind of business, son?
Military intelligence, Dad. The government's put a finger on Skip Turner and me to do a job for them up off the coast of Canada.
Who's Skip Turner?
One of my operatives in my agency.
Off the coast of Canada? That sounds like smugglers.
Well, I can't talk about it, but I can guarantee you there's liable to be plenty of death and destruction before we get through. There's some pretty lonely, wide-open spaces up in that country. And not all the animals go around on 4 legs.
Smugglers, death and destruction, a country where all the animals don't go around on 4 legs. Next week, you will find Captain Friday and his sidekick, Skip Turner, fighting for their lives and for a very beautiful young woman when Adventures by Morse brings you the first episode of A Coffin for the Lady, a new Carlton E. Morse production.